Hey guys, how's it going? This is Autobot JCB here again for another How to Transform video. In today's video, we're going to be continuing on with the movie toy line because today I'm going to be showing you how to transform the 2009 Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Sideswipe and Deluxe Class Jolt. As you guys can see here, Sideswipe's vehicle mode is modeled after the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, and Jolt's vehicle mode is modeled after the Chevy Volt. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over some details that these guys have while they're in their vehicle modes, and then we will get on to the part that you guys all came to see, and that is the transformation. So for right now, we're going to move Jolt off to the side, and we're going to bring Sideswipe in for a close-up. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the best versions of Sideswipe, of at least from 2000 to 2010. I think before this version was released, I think the last version would have been from the Transformers Armada toy series. I don't remember exactly. If I'm wrong on that, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But anyway, so like I said, Sideswipe's vehicle mode is that of the Corvette Stingray, which is a really neat luxury car, a luxury sports car. I absolutely love the amount of detail they put into this. You'll notice right here, he's got the Corvette logo right here on the hood. He's got these really neat transparent headlight right here. He's got the incredible amount of detail in the front grille of the car right here. He's even got the tread pattern etched into the tires. The side panels are very sleek, and they hug right into the side of the car, make it look great. I especially love the blue tint on the windshield and the rear windows. You guys will notice that he unfortunately only has one side view mirror. Unfortunately, mine actually only came with one. I think it was a production error, and if I had realized that was the issue, I probably never would have opened it. But anyway, so continuing on, you'll notice that he's got, I'm not sure what this symbol is supposed to be right here. I don't know if this is like a gas cap or something. But down below here, you'll notice that there is the spot where the license plate would go, and he's got these quad exhaust pipes right here. And when he's transformed, these are actually the blasters that are on his back that you see him fire when he flips through the air when he's chasing sideways through the Shanghai factory district at the beginning of the movie. All right, so there's Sideswipe, and now we're going to bring in Jolt. And Jolt, like I said, is modeled after the Chevy Volt, which is an electric car. I do think it's pretty fitting that an Autobot that uses an electrical attacks, and he uses the whips that he has come out of his arms are electrified. I think it's interesting that he turns into an electric car. You'll see right there, he's got the Chevy symbol right there on the grill of the car. Unfortunately, unlike Sideswipe, Jolt's headlights are just really painted on. Got a little bit of yellow for the turn signals. He's got, I'm guessing these are supposed to be like running lights or fog lights, something like that. He's got a great, there's some great etching detail in the grill of the car right here. Just like with Sideswipe and a lot of the other characters, he's got the he's got the texture on the wheels right here. He's also got, I think, oh, it's not quite the same color, but Jolt also has the blue transparent windshield and side windows and everything. You turn them around, you'll see that it says Volt. It says Volt right there, and then of course there's another Chevy emblem right there, and then of course he has the spot for where his license plate would go right there. So overall, I think this is a pretty neat design. But anyway, so there's Jolt. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and get these guys transformed, and then I will show you some of the onboard weapons that these guys have. So once again, we're going to move Jolt off to the side, and we're going to start with Sideswipe. Now, Sideswipe, when he's in his vehicle mode, you guys will notice, first of all, that this is uneven right here, and this isn't, well, I guess it does kind of sit down, but it's not really the best right here. This guy is very old. This was actually the first figure I got for the second movie toy line. So he's seen a lot of wear and tear. I've transformed him probably 100 plus times. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come right here on this side panel, and we're going to grab the whole thing, and we're going to pull it out just like this. And we're going to come over here. We're going to do the exact same thing over here. pull that down past that little hook right there. And then we're going to grab these back tires and we're going to pull them down and pull them out to the side because these are going to be Sideswipe's arms. And you guys will notice right away that this is kind of floppy. It's just because it's so old. So I will do my best to make it look as nice as possible. All right, so coming back to the other side, we're going to go ahead and pop this tire out too. We're going to bring it off to the side just like that. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to turn them, face them down just like this and just like that. And you can either do it now or we can do it later, but his hands are actually right in here in the arms. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and flip his hands out right now. That way we don't have to deal with them later. So we'll go ahead and flip his hands out just like that. And got him just like that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right here. We're going to come to the front wheel and we're going to pop both of these off just like that because these are going to be Sideswipe's legs. Then what we're going to do is you'll see the whole front of the car. There's a little hook right here, right in here. Go ahead and pull this side down and disconnect it there and then bring these out to the sides just like this. So now Sideswipe has wings. All right, so the next thing we'll do is we'll come right here. We're going to click this down because now what we're going to do is we're going to get his legs set up. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to come right here. We're going to flip this out, turn this, and flip this down just like that, and then bring that down the rest of the way because that will actually turn the tire into his skates or his roller skate or his feet, whatever you want to call them. So we'll go ahead and bring this halfway down. We'll turn this, flip this down just like this, and bring that down. Now, this is entirely optional. If you'd like to try and pose him when you have him transformed, you can leave these pieces out. In the instructions, it actually says you're supposed to fold them in so it kind of creates a heel. I like to keep them folded out because it allows you to pose him a little bit better because he is a little odd. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to grab this piece right here. And there's a hinge right in here. So what we'll do is we'll pop that off and there we go. We got that down behind him. We'll go ahead and pop this up and we'll just rock that back just like that. And that will reveal Sideswipe's head. I think I might have went out of the camera frame because I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, so we had the back of the car just like this. We pushed this piece down and flipped this piece up and then rocked it on the double hinge. Rocked it on the double hinge just like this, which would create where the cannons are on Sideswipe's back. And then, of course, there's Sideswipe's head. We'll go ahead and pull his head up out of its housing just like that. And then what we'll do is we'll get him all cleaned up a little bit. We'll go ahead and swing this part of his chest. And there's a connector port right there where this pin will connect. And this, if you push it back far enough, it'll swing around it. And then it will click into place just like that, which will form Sideswipe's chest. The next thing we'll do is we'll come right here and we'll bring up his hips. So that way they're sitting even just like that. Then what we'll do, we'll get that fixed first, is we'll come right here. We will turn this, bring it down, and then turn it back in just a little bit, bring it up, swing it around the mirror, because that will create the wing on Sideswipe's back. It's kind of confusing, so I'll try and go a little bit slower on the other one. So we'll come back, we'll turn, bring this halfway up, and then swing this around this corner piece right here, and that will sit just like that on Sideswipe's back. And there we have Sideswipe, transformed and ready to go. Now, like I said, with the pieces on the backs of his feet, you can put them however you want. I typically keep mine stretched out. That way I can get him in a pose. Unfortunately, because of how old he is, he doesn't like to behave. But anyway, so there we have Sideswipe. I know that's not the greatest pose, but that's the best that's kind of the best I can get right now, so I apologize. All right, so there we have Sideswipe set up and ready to go. Now, what I was saying earlier about Sideswipe in the first part of the second movie, when he's chasing a Decepticon named Sideways, what he does is he actually flips out these swords just like this, and he can do it with both arms. And what he does is he actually uses one of the swords to flip up over the air, and when he's upside down over, here we'll use Jolt as an example, he flips up over sideways, and he uses these exhausts right here to take a few shots at him before ultimately taking one of his swords and throwing it into the hood of Sideways. And then when he does, he grabs it and it just drags along sideways and cuts him in half. Unfortunately, these swords do not come off. I think newer versions of Sideways or Sideswipe, the swords do. Unfortunately, the 2009 version, they do not. But anyway, so there we have Sideswipe. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set him off to the side. And now we're going to bring in Jolt. All right, now Jolt's transformation is actually pretty interesting to do. He kind of folds open, I guess you could say. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take his back bumper, we're going to flip it down, and we're going to pull it all the way out just like that, because the back bumper is actually going to become his feet. Next thing we'll do is we're going to come right here and we're going to open up the front of the car right here. We're going to flip this open, and then we're going to take the hood and we're going to flip it around just like this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this whole quarter panel right here. It's got this long thin piece, and then the whole front door of the car. And we're going to go ahead and pop those out of place and swing those down just like this. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. Pop that out, swing that down out of the way just like that. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to come right here and we're going to open those pins. They were covering up right there. We're going to open those up. Then we're going to take these two sections and we're going to pull them off the side just like that, which will not only reveal Jolt's chest, but also reveal Jolt's face. All right, so we'll go ahead and take this whole section and we're going to bring it down behind him just like this. And flip that down just like that. And we'll go ahead and take the front windshield of the car and flip it up onto his shoulders just like that. Now he does have an elbow joint, which is pretty neat. And then he's got his claw right there. Go ahead and do that on the same side, just like that. And then of course we got to get down here to his feet. What we're going to do is there's a pin right here and there's a pin right in his feet. Go ahead and disconnect the pin in his feet first. And there we go, just like that. And then pull his legs apart. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead. Well, what I'll do for now is just go ahead and just lay the piece flat. There's actually a way that you're supposed to be able to give him like really long, really big feet, just like this. I guess that does actually work. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and flip his feet out just like that. I typically don't like to put his feet like that because I don't want to break this pin. It's entirely up to you. Do it however you like. But anyway, so we'll get that set up just like that. And then one other thing you can do if you want is you can actually take these quarter panels and you can actually rotate them up. And we'll put them just like that behind his back. That's entirely up to you if you want to do it like that. In the instructions, it just shows them pointed down. But if you want to make it so he looks like he has a little more attitude, you can do it like that. Go ahead and do that. And there we go, just like that. And then, of course, he's got his spikes on his back, just like that. Anyway, so there we have Jolt, transformed and ready to go. As you guys can see here, his size is roughly about the same as Sideswipe. I do think Sideswipe is actually just a little bit taller than Jolt, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, so just excuse me. Just like with Sideswipe, Jolt also has some arm-mounted weapons. You'll notice right here he's got these little switches right here, and if you flip them, mine don't really work the greatest, but if you flip them, he actually has some flip-out energon whips, and these are actually the same thing that he used when he helped Ratchet transplant the pieces from Jetfire onto Optimus at the end of the movie. When they fixed Optimus, so that way he could take on the Fallen and beat him before the sun was destroyed. But anyway, so there we have Jolt, transformed and ready to go. But anyway, sorry, I just said that. Anyway, guys, so there we have the 2009 Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Sideswipe and Deluxe Class Jolt. If you guys have any other ideas for other Transformers you'd like me to try and do, feel free to comment below, even hit the like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and I will do what I can to help you out. I do want to tell you guys one thing. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be kind of jumping back and forth between cartoon series and movie series, but I'm going to be getting a bunch of videos out coming up pretty soon. So stay tuned for those, and I hope you enjoy it. And until then, bye.